Here's a question I get asked frequently. Why does the Human Infusion Project give so much valuable education away for free or at such a low cost? In other words, what's the catch? You may be surprised to learn that not everyone in the personal development world is looking to excessively profit from your suffering. But I can see why that may be hard to believe. These days, what many online marketers and coaches are being instructed to do is to give away something for free in a webinar or a class, get you on a phone call to overcome your objections to the high price they're going to be charging, or collect a long list of emails, then bombard your inbox daily until they hook you into some high dollar program that gets them rich quick, all while convincing you that you're really only serious about change if you invest a lot of money in yourself, of course, through their program. That approach just doesn't align with my values at all, especially when it comes to mental wellness. Everyone has a right to define success differently. For some, success is about making millions of dollars. For others, success is defined by reaching high positions of authority. And for many, success is simply about getting their kids out into the world with a good education and a decent set of values. For me, at this stage of my life, success is about feeling loved by my family, having good friends, waking up each day grateful for the home and health that I have, and using my skills, experience, and education in a way that benefits even just one other person. But even with those different definitions of success, people are just so much smarter these days. They aren't falling for those copycat marketing webinars, nonstop email bombardment, or people trying to sell mindset as a cure-all. We live in a modern, science-supported world where people can search online and get a lot of useful education on their own these days. What I sense people are really looking for isn't more overpriced, trumped-up advice or inexperienced coaching. They want guidance and mentorship by people who have actually lived and embody the change that they want for themselves. People who can describe from firsthand personal experience details about what to expect and what it honestly takes to get there. Think about this concept when it comes to prices, personal development, and real lasting change. We all want to see sustainable growth and change in the world in some form, right? Whether it's in our own lives, in the natural world around us, or in our social political environment. But if we're only changing the lives of the top 5% income earners, or worse yet, trying to influence people in moderate to low income brackets who may be already in a state of fear, anxiety, or desperation, to spend money that they've allocated for living and family expenses, well, a few people may be benefiting and or getting rich from that approach. But long term, if we're only serving the wealthy, we won't have enough people experiencing what's needed to make lasting change happen on a larger scale. Make sense? The reason the Human Infusion Project gives so much away for free or at a low cost is because the key to lasting social, civil, or environmental change depends on more people learning how to become emotionally centered, learning to become mentally flexible, and learning how to use their brain as a whole. And we can't get there with prohibitively high prices that limit access to this education to only a small percent of people who can afford it. Sustainable change and growth does require a personal investment, but that investment has little to do with money and everything to do with time, intention, and effort. So don't be fooled by marketing strategies that try to tell you otherwise or equate everything of real value with a high price. That can sometimes be the case, but it's not always true. Value is a matter of finding something that meets your needs at just the right time, in a way that enhances your life going forward. And putting yourself through the stress of financial debt, even if it's temporary, well, it doesn't exactly do that. We've all already had valuable, life-enhancing, affordable experiences anyway in other areas of our lives. For example, have you ever been driving through some random small town and had an incredible meal at a gem of a small family-owned restaurant? That one you keep telling people about? Or how about that great bottle of wine from a small boutique winery that someone served at a party and later you found out it only cost about $20? Terrific. More people are going to be enjoying that wine. And how many of us have experienced real thought transformation through a low-cost course on a platform like Udemy or by reading a couple of really insightful good books? So when people ask me why my classes are all less than $27, I ask them back, well, how much did you spend on those really helpful books you just read? $15? $25? Personally, I don't see a need to charge more than that simply for the content that I create that comes in audiovisual format. Low-cost, high-value, life-enhancing experiences do exist. They may take time and effort as an investment, but they don't always come at a high price. Now, I want you to hear me on this important note. I'm not saying that an experienced therapist or practitioner isn't worth paying for. It can be, and I have. I'm a big advocate for skilled, experienced support. But for many of us, despite their wonderful expertise and value, we can really only afford to see those practitioners 1 to 2 times a month at today's prices, right? So what do we do the other 28 days? Lasting change requires daily practice. Well, that's where the Human Infusion Project comes in. I want to augment and optimize the terrific work that you're already doing with those valuable practitioners and do it in ways that are practical, easy to understand, and that more people can afford. So here's the point that I really want you to get. Although I do ask for donation or purchase of some content to cover costs and build an annual grant that we're giving away, what the Human Infusion Project is really trying to do here is to get more people overcoming anxiety and relating to each other in calmer, more confident and connected ways so we can get some real unified traction on those larger community goals. Every large-scale change or growth begins with us as individuals. We kind of know that at heart. And the more of us that are emotionally centered, thinking more flexibly, and building relationships that bring people together, the sooner we can make those more global changes happen. So before I go, I want to reiterate a couple of concepts. Sustainable change and growth does require a personal investment, but that investment has little to do with how much money you spend and everything to do with your time, intention, and effort. And value is a matter of finding something that meets your needs at just the right time in a way that enhances your life going forward. So as you navigate the ever-growing world of personal development and the wide variety of prices that are out there, I want you to ask yourself 2 really key questions. How much time, intention, and effort am I willing to put forth on a regular basis? And what can I access right now to start enhancing my life without putting me into debt? Hope to see you in class.